Guys, what's good? It's Thanksgiving week, second episode of our new show, Ticket Talk. Guys, this is what we're doing in a nutshell. This is a show for you, the fans, to teach you how to buy tickets and talk about the biggest live events happening around the country each and every week. So let's start with a quick recap. F1 in Vegas this past weekend. Bigger than I anticipated. The premium experience is where it's to be. I was told by friends and sources that were there that the premium experience is to die for. It's unbelievable. And if you get the opportunity to experience premium F1 in Vegas, it's well worth it. They pull out the red carpet, drinks, caviar, food, etc. So F1 Vegas is here to stay. We talked about it more a year ago. It wasn't a big of a topic this year, but supposedly was a huge hit in year two. Let's talk Taylor Swift. Record sales in Toronto. Can you believe it is the final leg of her tour? Year and a half tour. She wraps it up this weekend, December 6th through 8th in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. All of our data is actually through C Club wholesale prices on the secondary. We're thankful to the C Club folks that let us share their data. Guys, C Club on the secondary market has the best prices because they don't mark it up. They don't add fees. You get what you pay for. You pay a subscription fee each year. So that's why you'll see me compare C Club data because it's the best price on the secondary that we have to compare. And primary releases, like I talked about on X, formerly known as Twitter, the releases won't happen much in Canada because they have stricter laws. So they don't want bots grabbing tickets like in Canada, like they do in the US, where it's like the Wild Wild West here. So they have like strict consumer laws where bots aren't getting those release tickets that we see on Taylor Swift throughout the last year or so in all the US stops. So what's there. And I think they have a better release schedule where they can actually get those primary releases to fans. So if you're lucky enough, if you're in Vancouver and you're on the Taylor Swift on sale list, go for it. But I don't know many people going to Vancouver for the final tour of Taylor Swift. And it's just amazing what she's accomplished. I mean, 2,000 stadium, night after night, the hottest act of all time. We saw it, guys. We're not going to see an act like her in our lifetimes. If we do, I'm wrong. But she is amazing. And we're going to get to the bottom of how she became so big also. Big rivalry week in college football. Ohio State, Michigan. Let's check the get-in for that right now. You know, Michigan's having a disappointing year coming off their national championship. But this year's game is in Columbus. Ohio State's a perennial playoff team. They've only had the one loss to Oregon earlier in the season. And if we are pulling up C Club, and right now it's actually a fairly cheap getting because Michigan's not that good this year. So if I look at if you're going to be down in Columbus this weekend, $337 to see Ohio State, Michigan, and we're going to have a tracker to send you to show you the get-ins for each week. So obviously the game's a little down in demand because Michigan's having a rough year coming off their national championship, but hey, it's the biggest rivalry in college football. So $337, we'll keep an eye on that for that too. And one other thing I want to mention here on this week's show. Producer Mike will appreciate this. Linkin Park used to be a fairly big band about 20 years ago, alternative rock. I had to listen to it in the car, freshman through senior year. All Mike Fish would blast Linkin Park all the time. I never liked alternative rock. But Producer Mike, why don't you show a graphic of their on sale they had last week? How literally you're the only person in the world that actually bought a ticket to go see them because every other seat's available. So I think Linkin Park deserves the biggest on sale collapse in concert history. They get that reward. So if you want to see Linkin Park in 2025, it won't be an issue, my friends. It will not be an issue at all. What are we looking ahead? College football playoffs. Well, conference championship, the first ever 12-game playoff we're going to track. They're going to be at campus sites this year. They'll be very interesting to see the get-ins for the tickets at the campuses in round one. It's going to be exciting college football playoff from 4 to 12 teams. Great time. I mean, it's just a great time for live events. NFL is king, and so forth. So we will have an update later this week on what is happening, my friends. Feel free. We're definitely going to do in future segments Q&A. So if you have a question about, should I buy a ticket to the Cleveland Browns game? I'm like, yeah, they're going to tank. They suck. They're 3-8. It pays to wait. We're going to have a pay to wait section. And we're going to have a buy now in the future too that we're going to come up with too. So thanks for watching, guys. Always here for you. Have a great Thanksgiving week. Stay lean and clean.